So I'm in my 40s now, and let me tell you, looking back at my 30s is wild. I've learned so much about myself and setting goals that I wish I've known earlier. But hey, we live and learn, right? So today in this video, I'm going to share 6 things I wish I knew about self-awareness and setting goals when I was in my 30s. And this stuff that I'm going to share would have been a game changer back then, but it is still super useful now that I'm in my 40s. The first thing is self-awareness is a skill you can level up. Back in my 30s, I thought self-awareness was something you either had or you didn't. And I was totally wrong about it. It's like a muscle. You can work on it. I wish I had started paying more attention to my thoughts, my feelings, and actions sooner. And now I get why I do what I do. But for me, definitely it took a lot of time. If you are in your 30s now, start this process. Try journaling, meditation, or just take a few minutes each day to check in with yourself. It will feel weird at first. It's like, do I really need to analyze myself this much? But I want you to stick with it. The more you practice, the better you get at knowing what makes you trigger. And let me tell you, it will make a huge difference. Second, your goals should vibe with your values. Here's something I wasted too much time on in my 30s. I chased goals that looked impressive but didn't actually matter to me. It was a huge mistake. I wish I had realized earlier that your goals should align with what truly matters to you, and I want you to take it from me. Sit down and really think about what you value the most. Is it creativity, family, freedom, whatever it is? Make sure your goals reflect all that. And I remember aiming for things that society said were important, but they left me feeling empty inside. So when your goals and values align or click or vibe, you are way more motivated and the journey becomes way more enjoyable. It's not about what you think you should want, it is about what really lights you up. Third, failure is part of the process, not the end. When I was in my 30s, I used to beat myself up over every little setback. And failure isn't just normal, it is actually necessary. Now I see that every time I fell on my face, I was actually learning something valuable. If you are not failing sometimes, you're probably not really pushing yourself enough. And I remember freaking out when one of my business idea flopped. It didn't work. But that experience taught me more than any success that I had or ever tasted ever did. So if you're in your 30s now, embrace those failures. They're not fun, definitely, but they are like your personal cheat codes for growth, whether it's professionally or personally. And don't let them stop you, let them teach you. Fourth, consistency beats intensity every time. So here's something I wish someone had drilled in my head in my 30s. It's not about going hard for a week, it's about showing up every single day. So I used to do these bursts of work or exercise, and then I get burnout and quit. And I remember that was also the time when I started my YouTube channel. I did like a sprint, and then 1 year into it, I got burnout and I quit YouTube. Now I know that small consistent steps are the real secret sauce. It's like you ask yourself this question: would you rather take one giant leap and fall on your face, or take a bunch of smaller steps and actually get somewhere? So yes, consistency is the key, whether it's working on a side hustle, hitting the gym, or learning a new skill. Definitely a little bit regularly beats doing like a whole lot of things one time. You know, your future self will thank you for the habits you built now so that you can taste the success in the future. Fifth, your environment shapes you more than you think. Looking back, I wish I had paid more attention to my surroundings in my 30s. Your environment, like the people, places, and things around you, has a huge impact on your goals and habits. You know, I used to think I could power through anything with my willpower alone. And here's a spoiler alert, I couldn't. And I know that if you want to change, sometimes you got to change your scene. So if you're hanging out with negative people, they will drag you down. If you're living in a cluttered space, the space itself will clutter your mind. And if you want to eat healthy, keep junk food out of the house. It definitely sounds simple, but it works. So you need to set yourself up for success by creating an environment that supports your goals. And finally, number 6, it's never too late to pivot. This is my favorite one. So here's the big one that I wish I internalized in my 30s. It's never too late to change direction. I spent way too much time thinking I was too old to start something new. What a whole lot of crap that was. So whether it's switching careers, learning a new skill, or chasing a dream you have had before, you can do it at any age. And I know people who completely reinvented themselves in their 40s, 50s, even actually in their 60s. So your 30s are not some magic cut-off point, and life is too short to stick with something that doesn't light you up just because you have already invested time in it. So the future you will be way happier if you make that leap. So there you have it, 6 things I wish I knew about self-awareness and setting goals back then in my 30s. And self-awareness is a skill you can improve. You need to align your goals with your values. Embrace failure as a teacher. Consistency beats intensity. Your environment definitely matters more than you think. And finally, it's never too late to change your direction. So whether you are in your 30s right now or at any other stage of life, I hope these 6 insights can help you out somehow. And I love this quote that I read somewhere, and now I don't remember where I read it. It says something like, the best time to start was yesterday, but the second best time is right now. So get out there and make it happen. If you like this content, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I share my 40s journey, life as a caregiver while running a business, and also some YouTube insights and also tips for entrepreneurs out there. See you in the next one.